I've been yesterday to the Frauenfeld already, and was that your first time in Germany? And if so, how did you like it?
Is today our first time?
Excuse me?
Today is our first time in Germany.
Switzerland, I'm sorry.
Switzerland.
Yeah, right.
I was like, hold on, man.
We're
Where
always
were
like,
we? I thought I had it.
So y'all arrived here today in the morning, and how did you like it until those far? Did you meet any other artists or?
Yeah, it's been really cool. We haven't met a lot of people. I've met a couple different people from Germany, and it was beautiful when we were coming in. Very green, a lot of water. It was gorgeous flying into Berlin. So I'm excited to meet some more people, and we just been hanging out. It's stormy, and then it's hot, and then it's stormy. So we just been chilling.
Yeah, it's pretty funny weather today. That's right. So y'all gonna perform later on, I guess 7 o'clock something. 6:30, right?
6:30.
So we could already talk about what can people expect. Do you already play some new material or just what y'all been recording since 2009?
Yeah, we're definitely gonna play a couple new songs. We have an album coming out later in the fall, so we're dropping a couple off of that, and then of course playing old tracks as well.
Okay, very cool. So could you already give us some background information about what you're gonna do on the album? Did you already record a lot of stuff or just?
Yeah, we've spent pretty much all of 2012 and a bunch of time before, but from the beginning of 2012, just exclusively working on this album. So locked up in the studio day and night, and we're very excited about a week ago to finish the recording process, and now we're just tied up in the middle of mixing. But pulling it off.
Okay. People could you already give us some information? You got any kind of features, or it's just the two of us who doing the whole album?
Yeah, we have a lot of features.
Okay.
We have a lot of singers on the album.
Mm-hmm.
We have really one other rapper, but we're pretty much keeping it all under wraps in terms of features, and we're gonna make it a surprise for the people closer to the album.
Okay, very cool, very cool. So I want to talk about some stuff which already has been dropped. So what I found very amusing was that the last song I saw was that and we danced.
Yeah.
Yeah. Was that a kind of satire or? How was that, man? Because we've been watching the video and we had so much fun, like watching the video and with the English accent inside.
Yeah, we had a lot of fun making the video. It was I wrote the song just kind of as, a playful joke. Like I have a lot of songs that take on different characters, and that was one of the characters that I made up with was this character named Raven Bowie, and it turned into a song that really caught on with the fans. Like it was a highlight at the show. Everyone jumping and dancing and partying, and I come out in like a wig and a cape, and it really took off in terms of just popularity amongst our fan base. And last year, it seemed like it was the right thing to do to shoot a video for it. So we had a great time. We were on horses and hot tubs, on dance floors, girls, booties. It was a great time, man.
Okay, we had. Like I said, it was really cool watching just the video. We had so much fun, like for the 4 minutes of the video. It was so funny. So let's go a little bit back. So I read an interview where it says you was talking about being inspired by Lil Wayne.
Yeah.
A bit back in the day. So and on the song Outside.
Other Side.
Other Side. I'm
yeah.
sorry. Other side, you've been thematizing the whole drug stuff, your background.
Yeah.
So what I found interesting is you said that Lil Wayne kind of brought you into trying scissor. Is that right, or did I get this wrong?
I think that I was just very into drugs with or without Lil Wayne.
Okay.
I think that Lil Wayne was somebody that I really looked up to on an artistic level, and his body of work and just the way that he made music, and how productive he was in terms of creating content. When somebody is that prolific in terms of their art, I think that it kind of led me to be like, oh, I wonder, like, what is this drink that he's trying? In my own mind, just kind of rationalizing wanting to try a drug. But yeah, I mean, I think I was like 20, 24, 25 the first time I tried cough syrup, and immediately liked it. I liked most drugs. I've been sober for a while now, but it was something that he definitely was one of the many people that led me to be intrigued by cough syrup. I wouldn't say it was because of Lil Wayne I tried it, but because of his art and me looking up to him as a person and an artist, I was intrigued a little bit more.
Okay, so you also had your bachelor for. You made your bachelor, right? For education? Is it for education?
I went to school and I just got a general BA.
All right.
But essentially a bachelor's, yeah. And there was nothing. My school was very liberal. It was not exactly a solidified BA. It was
All right.
more just like a general education degree.
Okay, but
Yeah.
you worked at a youth prison afterwards. Is
Yeah,
that right? Is that
yeah.
right? And how was that? Like you've been a rep since 2000, like Professor Macklemore before, right?
Yeah.
You took the name off in 2005, right?
Yeah.
And you always you already finished your education then and went to the youth prison.
Yeah, I was working when I was in college. I was working inside of the juvenile detention facilities, Green Hill and Maple Lane. And I would go in and I would facilitate writing workshops with the youth. So I would bring in beats. I would lead writing workshops and write raps, and we put on a little concert inside of the jail. So that's what I was doing kind of the last couple years of college, was working with the youth that were incarcerated.
Okay. Would you be like, okay, right now for sure there's a musical career waiting for you. So right now you got a lot of things going on. Would you say later on, maybe when you finish with the music or something, would you go back to do that?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, we've been back. I've been back with Ryan. We went last, I believe, spring, and did a show there for him. But in terms of like actually working with the youth, it's something I'm definitely still passionate about and would love to do. Right now, we don't have time to do it just because the work is so rigorous. But I think that in a couple of years, when it slows down a little bit, or there's some open time, I would love to go back and continue to work with the youth. And if this wasn't my job, that's what I would be doing for sure.
You have this. This is probably one of the most famous songs, like Irish Celebration.
Yeah.
You did produce that, right? Okay. So could you say us something about how you came up with that song, because the sample is very.
Yeah, the sample is a Beirut sample, which is a band from the U.S. And it was kind of within the train of thought that we had for the whole Versus EP, which was flipping samples that kind of fit that pocket. So primarily independent bands that were recent, like releases that had come out within the last 8 years. So secretly, it was really just like a lot of music that I love that I wanted to flip into a project to kind of do a mixtape, but not sampling as conventionally as what I was hearing from other mixtapes, at least at the time, which was late 2008, early 2009. And so that wasn't like a sample from like, an old Irish record or something, but it always had that vibe to me of a bar and of partying and an oldness to it. So we that was kind of in the catalog of a whole bunch of songs I was interested in flipping. And we did, and it was one of those beats that unusually for us just like came together fairly quick, and had a unique bounce to it. And then, once you kind of have the core of it that you like, you bring in, other stuff like horns or like a violin on top or a bunch of background vocals or shit like that. So, yeah, it was a very fun one to make. It wasn't like a stressful beat. It just kind of came together.
Yeah, it's really fitting with the video as well. So since we were in Ireland last year, so we kind of got the feeling, because also you're from Seattle as well, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so you're from Seattle, and you last year you've been to Ireland, right?
Yeah.
Did I get that right? And how was that for you guys? You're Irish as well?
No.
Part or your ancestors?
Not like this guy.
Okay.
That was incredible. I think that all of us can collectively say that Dublin is like one of our favorite places. It's an incredible place to hang out. It's like big enough that it feels like a city. It's small enough that it's super accessible. You know, my sister lived there for about a year, so when I went back to do the show, I had a little bit of a couple places that I knew of that I wanted to go back to and stuff like that. But the show itself, I mean, it almost didn't get booked, like, because we had no idea whether people would come out. We know that we had that song, but there wasn't, like, at the time, a ton of clarity that, like, oh, if we go to Ireland, it's about to pop off. And then we booked the show, you know, late, not a lot of promotion around it, and it sold out fairly quick. And it was, I mean, to this day, one of the fucking craziest shows I've ever played, for sure.
Okay. How did you had the same experience?
Yeah, I mean, it was an emotional show for me. It was to see that many people that Irish Celebration had really, you know, been their anthem, and to be there for the first time, and just meeting the fans, like, they were so amped. It was almost dangerous how, like, crazy the fans were at that show. And, you know, to make a song that speaks to people on that level, I think is every artist's dream.
Okay, that's cool. So you also thematized Guinness and Jameson in the text of the song. Do you still enjoy that? Because I heard you're sober for some years now.
Yeah. No, I don't drink, so I haven't drinking alcohol in almost 4 years. But Ryan drinks enough Jameson to hold us down.
I definitely enjoy Jameson.
Yeah, it's a good one. But you know that Guinness is actually not alcohol. If you go to Ireland, it doesn't count.
Nah, it's water.
It's coffee.
Yeah.